Hey guys, how's it going? Our podcast, AI Matter Podcast, is back for another episode. If you don't know who we are at this point, you guys gotta need to go back and watch those three episodes again. I'm Favian, that's Ryan. Today's topic is about the difference between various chatbots we have out there. Right, commonly known, we got DeepSeek, ChatGPT, Microsoft CoPilot. We got a couple more, right? Google Gemini. Um, we decided to take it easy today and just see, compare them. We've used them all at this point, hopefully. I don't know about you guys, but I've used ChatGPT a lot before, right? Before we have DeepSeek, pop up, Gemini pop up, or Copilot as well, So we just wanted to get a feel for it. I personally still prefer ChatGPT, but Copilot's showing, good use. It's really, really intuitive. It's a lot, comes up with a lot of good stuff whenever you put in some prompts. Um, what do you think, Ryan?
Well, kind of. I gotta say, I like it. I mean, I think it's just the fact that it's kind of like a personal assistant. It's kind of like you type one thing, you ask a question, it just gives you a big response, and it's just like beautiful. Like it's like probably the best response you'll get, or maybe. But the reason I say but is because like it's more than just. It's just the fact that where there's so many bots available out there, it feels like you got all that resource in front of you. It's like there's a bot specifically catered for this, for that, and it's like personally, like you say you like GPT, but and I don't mind GPT. I actually liked GPT at first because it was the only chatbot that I knew back at the time when it started. But then when DeepSeek came in, that's when it really like changed me somewhat. Because the thing about DeepSeek, and if you really compare a lot of like the different chatbot softwares, DeepSeek, out of all the chatbots that you said like before, DeepSeek is the only one that does not have a subscription model at the moment. So it can give you like advanced responses without paying a single penny, which
You're
I find
right.
it,
Yeah.
which I find it very cool. I mean, it is a, I think DeepSeek is a Chinese-based AI company. I'm not sure about GPT either, but DeepSeek at the moment is free, and I think the reason why I'm using DeepSeek for now more a lot because of its free and the fact that it gives you much more advanced responses. Although
Huh.
there are some areas that it does lack in what GPT can do. Gemini is like it's kind of like Google but AI. It's like you ask a question, Google. It's like you're googling Google AI. It's like
I
how we
think,
traditionally Googled stuff. You're kind of like doing that through Gemini. As far as
yeah.
Copilot, I haven't really used Copilot as much, even though I have a Windows PC. It's probably because of the fact that I was only focused on using GPT and DeepSeek so much that I haven't really used these big name companies' chatbots like Copilot, um, Gemini, and even Meta AI is also there too for Facebook. I haven't really used that much because I don't.
Mm.
So unless you have used it, you can talk about it. But I've been more familiar with GPT and DeepSeek when it comes to
Yeah.
usage.
No, I agree. ChatGPT was the rage back then, right? Before, like I mentioned, those chatbots. It was our go-to. I mean, heck, there are so many applications out there that are using ChatGPT's model because of that. There's iPhone apps, Android apps, fake computer apps using ChatGPT. And I'm just like, dang, calm down. We have ChatGPT already. Calm down. But um, I have Microsoft the subscription because I use Microsoft Office, and it comes with Chat Copilot, and it's really really nice. Unfortunately, you do have to pay for extra AI credits if you want to use it in your applications. But overall, it's a very nice tool. Instead of having to go to a website to type in your responses, Copilot has an actual application right on your taskbar if you want it. So just click on it, pulls up a little window, and boom, you basically just have a ChatGPT user interface right there without having to go to another website. And That one, that if you have the Microsoft Office 360 subscription, that Copilot is free.
Correction,
Uh,
365.
what did I say?
You said 360.
Oh, I said these. Oh shoot, I thought I said 365.
No, you
But
said
yeah, that,
360.
that subscription you get it for free, essentially because it is comes with it. Just be wary. That is a different chatbot usage compared to inside Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. All right, there is Copilot integration, but that requires credits. You do get 60 credits per month, but it's only 60 per month. So if you're one of those people who uses Word, PowerPoint, and Excel a lot, and like Copilot, you're gonna run into some issues. So just be wary of that.
Hmm.
But I think the major difference between all of these is because ChatGPT was really more of a chatbot. You really don't get image creation, right? You have to get another um, model section. It comes with its own separate bot for image creation,
But
right?
in GPT you can.
Yeah, yeah. It comes with
But
a
you have
separate
to.
section,
But
right?
I believe it used something called Sora, which is integrated with GPT. We have to use Sora for image creation.
Unlike Gemini or Copilot, where if you ask it to create an image, it does it for you right there
Yeah.
in the chat. Yeah. So that's the a major difference between those ones, Gemini and Copilot versus ChatGPT and DeepSeek. But as Ryan was mentioning, ChatGPT, DeepSeek are those free versions. You don't have to pay right to use its chatbot features. Thankfully for that, ChatGPT does allow you to have a free daily usage of its pro model, so
Yeah.
you actually get to use it
Yeah, but
for
it
a
does have a
couple of
limit.
days.
It does have a limit with
What?
GPT of the
Yeah,
pro
yeah. That's
model.
why I said like a daily usage, daily usage.
I don't think it's
But it's nice.
daily usage because I think for a certain like if you ask this certain amount of prompts, it just like goes back to its free model, not the pro model. That's just how my experience has
Okay.
been.
No, yeah, I seen it. I seen it.
Yeah, and this is where
Use it.
DeepSeek comes into play here because like I could be doing the same pro stuff without paying a single penny for it, which is why I lean towards DeepSeek a little more. But I think something to learn about all these AI bots that we all have here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's probably the best personal assistant. I wonder like as of right now, I'm trying to think of like what faults it currently still has. Like, I think the biggest fault I still have with some of the bots is like, let's say if you're asking like this is homework related. Let's say if you have like an article and
Yeah.
let's say if you're doing a homework assignment and you're asking GPT to like highlight a quote from this article, these AI models they don't know how to find these AI articles or not AI articles, but like generally an article for your research paper. They'll just give you like random quote responses that first of all are either way off or just not related from the book content or give you entirely a whole different unrealistic response. And I think like it really comes down to the point where like these chatbots are still developing, but could this be the best homework assistant? Because certainly, I don't want to spend time reading. Not gonna lie, I don't want to be reading every article. I'd rather just have GPT like look up quotes for me and just paste it and tell me where you found it. Because when I did try to do that, let's just say it did not go well. It went
Yeah.
terribly bad.
This is a question for the audience. We don't do much engagement on this podcast, so I'd like to use this time to engage with you guys. Feel free to chat, type in the chat. What's your most favorite chatbot so far? Why don't you follow up onto Ryan's point about homework? Was it useful to you for homework compared to what it did for Ryan? Clearly, it was not very helpful for Ryan. So, see, let's hear our thoughts, right? Let us know any more. No, but to your point, Ryan, yeah, it's still evolving, right? Chatbots are still evolving. Um, I know for sure I use it for like proofreading, and I'm making a game with Jackie, who's making an appearance in a future episode. He and I use this gaming engine called Godot. And I'm literally telling ChatGPT to, does this make sense? Is this correct? And ChatGPT thing, and it's frustrating because I'm like, I just need an answer. Why are you giving me like the roundabout? Why are you making me go in circles? It's annoying, but it's growing, right? It's a learning process for that.
Yeah, I mean, personally, like when I look at these chatbots and like I feel like we center around a lot about like AI being so bad. Like in the last three episodes, like first we talked about how it's somewhat taking away jobs to like how it kill homework or could it kill school in general. Or last week we were just talking about how like it could potentially, this it could potentially force people to do jobs, but we haven't really talked about like much about how much this chatbot is creating convenience. Because I actually have a coworker that heavily relies on AI a lot, but partly due to the fact that as a question. So earlier when I talked about looking up stuff, remember how we looked up stuff? It was like looking for it only popped up articles. Now it's like using a mixable, like for example, I'll use Gemini for example. So let's say if I use Gemini, because when I use Gemini, let's say I ask a question about like, I have this weird health problem I'm going through. It's during an advice I need to do. Rather than giving you an article, they actually summarize the article for you in the most accurate way for them, and they
Uh-huh.
actually give you like responses to be like, all right, here's some ideas that you can do. It's not like you're forced to be read. Gemini actually like gave you like an answer, and they gave you an answer like for example, let's say if I have a stomach bloating problem, just randomly, let's just say that they'll say like, all right, you can control your digestion with this, you can do this, you can do that. That was when I was like, man, this feels different than just Google searching, because it felt like not only am I asking question to Google, but Google is like responding me back with an actual like human like answer. I think that's what was really fascinating about when I first used AI, because when I didn't know how AI was like until I asked questions, and it gave me like a. That's when I felt like I was talking to like a artificial human, even though it is because it's artificial intelligence, but it felt so much not a mix of comforting and resourceful, in the sense where like, I don't have to do skim through articles anymore, which was us back then.
Exactly. No, that gives me a fun idea. Let's um because as you
You
said,
just cut
right,
out.
you were asking a question, and then you felt like it was talking to like an AI, like a human, an artificial human. I got Gemini pulled up. I have CoPilot on my. You can pull up ChatGPT and DeepSeek, and let's ask it a question and see what's the response like.
Yeah,
Compare them.
sure.
All right. What's a question we want to ask? What's a good question? Shows personality. I am depressed. What's the best way to cheer me up? That was the most randomest question ever.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
Oh, we need like question,
I mean,
right? We need a
obviously,
comment.
I can probably share my DeepSeek screen here.
Alrighty. Why don't you pick the question, and we'll ask all these four chatbots and see how it goes. Right? This episode is basically chatbots versus chatbots. So let's actually do it.
Yeah. Well, I just realized when I share the screen, it does not allow me to show the actual screen on my PC, so I can't share it. But I
Oh,
am on DeepSeek, so
that is unfortunate. But oh well.
I think it's because obviously this is a raw episode. It's not like we're editing or anything, but our short form videos will definitely help us a lot. I will condense down everything. I think you might have to share your screen so that because like I'm on streaming, so like it will obviously like ruin stuff. But yeah, I mean these
Well,
chatbots are amazing too. I mean they're doing their work, and obviously I believe we have Gemini on, so yeah,
all right.
let's.
What's the question you want to ask Gemini? Remember, it has to be the same question that's going to be asked for all the chatbots.
Same question. Let's just ask Gemini about this. Um, why don't you pick up a question? Because I feel like you should do it since this is technically your episode here.
Uh, let's do something with personality.
Yeah, go ahead.
I am feeling overwhelmed. No, I'm feeling. Ooh, that's actually really interesting. I'm feeling stressed and need relaxation tips.
Yeah,
I'm gonna copy that.
we do
And
apologize for some of
for
the lagging here, but it's also
well,
streaming
that
too. So,
that's unfortunate.
and you know
Um,
what? Just right off the bat, this is a lot of information you're getting out of just simply from typing or clicking on a short prompt. Like I am feeling
yeah,
stressed and needing relaxation tips. If you went on Google,
yeah,
you probably may not get this many information here. They're actually giving you somewhat. Obviously, AI is not like a medical assistant expert, so don't heavily rely on it so much. But if you go on Google now, obviously Google looks like this now because like back then it wasn't like this. Now with the integration of AI, now it actually gives you AI responses when you search up something. If you say it says AI overview at the top. But back then,
yep.
we didn't have this stuff.
Oh yeah, we did it. We really did.
And I wish we
But
could show you
going
what it
back
was
to
back then.
Gemini's actual prompts here, yeah, they give you a quick summary of the relaxation techniques and then long-term stress. It's short and sweet. It's not that bad.
And the fact
Um,
that they,
uh,
if you look towards the bottom there, it also asks you a question.
yeah, which all chatbots do, but this is interesting here. Alrighty,
So that was
we got
Gemini. But what about
do
DeepSeek?
DeepSeek here. Clearly, I haven't logged into DeepSeek in ages. So,
Uh,
uh, this.
and you can tell this is Chinese because they always start off with Chinese first, unless you switch it to English.
I'm hiding my stuff because you guys don't need to see just yet my login stuff. don't
Yeah,
need to don't need to see my stuff. You guys, we're not there yet. I'm at the same time I'm logging into ChatGPT here as well. I don't know. ChatGPT sometimes doesn't work for me on Google. I don't know why. It's
interesting.
annoying. Yeah, I don't know why. It's really stupid. All right. So I got that pulled up here, and then I'm gonna need Microsoft CoPilot as well. Actually, I'll just use my app application. Oh my God, why is it asking me? Well, guys, this is really weird, but it's also asking me when I was born. I feel a little, I feel a little invaded. You see this? I feel a little invaded. All right, here we go.
All right, here we go.
DeepSeek. All right, same exact question. Ryan, please verify that is the exact same prompt
Yeah,
as well.
and
All
it
right, let's
has
press
a
on.
deep think option because it can actually give you much deeper responses, which is something I do like. And then it's actually thinking it too, even though it didn't have to show this. But you can definitely hide it too. If you click the upper arrow button, you can hide the thing if you don't want to see it, what it's thinking about. But
We'll show it.
it's
Yeah,
actually
we'll
giving you
show it.
good responses.
Ooh, look at this.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it too, because sometimes it feels like you're human. Like DeepSeek is your human friend, because it gives you it gives you kind of like a human-like answer in the beginning. The fact that it apologized for you to be like, oh, that you were feeling stressed about it, that's a lot of emotion
Mm-hmm.
for an AI bot.
Let's go back to Gemini real quick. Gemini is still pretty close here,
Yeah,
right?
very
But
close.
this doesn't sound like a typical human answer. That
I
doesn't
definitely wouldn't
sound like
say
an
it. I would
answer.
definitely not. If someone was stressed, I wouldn't say something like that. I'm just telling you.
This would though. I would say so. This would, but yeah, this first sentence here is not something a normal human would say.
Oh yeah.
I would say this
Oh
one
yeah.
is. So
Oh,
that's
definitely.
that's a good response.
Yeah.
And it's about the same again, right? But it's organized completely differently. That looks like immediate relief, like quick relaxation tips here. They have a medium term relaxation, different from Gemini here. They got long term and a summary, which I don't believe Gemini did. Oh yeah, Gemini didn't provide a quick summary like DeepSeek here. You can see
Mm-hmm.
Want to seek help and stuff like that. Nice. Oh, and here we go. The question that you said at the end, they did it here too.
Yeah.
Perfect. So off the bat, we already see the difference. It's just how the
The emotional part. Like it shows
yeah
some
the
human
most.
emotions.
All right, let's see about ChatGPT. And because ChatGPT has that free daily usage prompt usage for pro stuff, so let's see what we get. Not bad. About the same emotional response as DeepSeek. I would say, I am
It
here for
didn't say
you.
I'm sorry, but
I'm here for
like
you.
the fact that it said I'm here for you just gives you like, all right, it's there for you to support you. Which again, I think DeepSeek won when it comes to human emotional response. I think as of now, just saying.
As of now. The organization is about the same as DeepSeek.
I would say this
This
response is a little
like
shorter. I will tell you that it didn't feel deep. It didn't. It's kind of like condensed information. It's kind of like it summarized a lot of the other responses. Well, obviously you can use other models too, but really though the current model is like what it is.
I don't know which model this is, but I just said auto, and I'm glad you reached out. Oh,
Oh,
that is a different
that
response.
I
That is more emotional.
huh? Well, it
That's about the
feels
same level. It's about the same level.
yeah yeah. It's somewhat equivalent. Yeah, I think every chatbot has their own personality difference, which it's okay.
Yeah.
It's,
I think if I were to do this again, it'd probably give a different response than for
yeah,
Gemini. Right now, probably give me a different response.
yeah,
Cool.
probably.
Cool.
Again,
Nice.
ask the question at the end. I mean, it's kind of like helping you there. Continuation. I would say GPT is kind of like the smallest response out of it because it gave you like a very smaller summarized techniques.
I personally like this. It looks cleaner. I think the way they did it now
Yeah,
is makes it look
yeah, I
cleaner.
agree.
I
It
think that's
definitely
what
looks
this means.
cleaner.
It's just cleaner. This is general,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think this is more in depth. I think this is more in depth. Like you can literally see all the responses
And
for each
you
each
know
of.
this is coming as someone somewhat from Google too, because it's
Yeah, yeah.
Gemini.
So that's understandable. All right,
And
final one. Let me pull
Copilot.
up my Copilot option app correction. That's because I have Copilot
You
already
can
installed
you can tell
on my computer.
you can tell we've been using a lot of AI chatbots to brainstorm our podcast ideas. And you know what? We're fine with it because AI made our
Don't
podcast.
expose me. Don't expose my views on my chats. All right.
But AI
Again,
did
Ryan,
make
this is
our
the exact same
podcast.
question.
Hmm?
AI made our podcast. All
Yeah.
right. This is the exact same question. Let's run it. Let's see what we get.
Okay, so
Oh,
the intro response
that's
is a
a
little bit not so. It's kind of like in the long side with Gemini, somewhat.
yeah. The response though is about the same thing as ChatGPT, so it
Yeah.
does have that going for
So
it.
it's kind of
Quick,
like a hybrid.
concise.
It's kind of like a hybrid between GBT and Gemini.
A
Whereas
little
it's
bit. A little bit.
whereas it's taking GBT's like smaller
Oh,
responses. Oh, what did you ooh at?
look at the bottom. There's no question. This is the chat. We said all
No,
chatbots have a question.
but
This one doesn't have a question.
even though it didn't ask a question, if you typed a prompt, it can help you guide you. Even said just say the word, and you just ask away. But yeah, it is definitely. I think this is the only one out of the three that did not ask a question like prompt answer. Well, not
Yeah.
answer, but not like a question like.
I love the mini prompts in each of the or this question and audio escapes here.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's completely a different response from let's go back to ChatGPT here. It is a completely different response. I feel. Oh, sorry, you're not seeing that, but I was able to look at it, and yeah, it's a different type. And noticing from Copilot too, maybe it's because I'm in the app, but there are questions here that I can keep going, unlike all the other chatbots so far that don't have these prompts here that keep going. It's actually really really cool, really neat. All right, what's our rating for all these chatbots based on this one prompt?
If I have to give a
Which
rating,
one's the best? Yeah, which one's the best? Which one's the worst? What do you think?
I mean, if I have to pick out of every one of them, I mean, obviously I've used DeepSeek a lot because of its detailed responses, but I might have to go with this one's tough actually because every chatbot has their own way.
Mm-hmm.
But realistically, I'm probably gonna aim more towards GBT, partly due to the fact that it can take long information. It's kind of like taking Gemini's response and condensing it down, so that way I don't have to like read through a bunch of depth information. But
Yeah, I agree.
but
Yeah.
that's just in
It
general.
was.
If that was just in general, but if you're asking me out of the bots, which one's the most accurate in detail, I would go with Gemini, partly because it's also using Google.
Well,
And
we're not going for accuracy here, okay? That
no,
would
no,
be
no,
good. Way low
but just
to.
in general, GBT still wins in that department. The only thing I don't like about GBT is after you use your free usage, you have to go pay, or you just use one of those smaller GBT models, which again, that's kind of like the only reason why I don't use GBT as much and use DeepSeek more is partly due to the fact that I can still get pro responses through DeepSeek without paying a single penny. Unlike GBT, you kind of have to pay for it, and I believe they have this one subscription that costs like $200 a month. I believe like it's quite expensive if you think about it.
It really is, yeah. I just want to make a comparison between my the models again. This was the first response. Seemed very short, concise. This was the second one. A little bit more, another prompt here. A little more spacing here, but it's still nice to look at.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's just nice to see that this is what ChatGPT is focusing on now. Instead of some summary, no, summary, right? Summary thing. I mean, if we don't have any emojis, it's not a big deal. But yeah, just comparing ChatGPT and Gemini, you can clearly see which one is definitely more favorable,
yeah. Of
right?
course.
Definitely more favorable.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But then
And yeah, CoPilot second, due to his also conciseness.
I think we talk about. It feels like they're like the big fours, right? There's one AI bot I kind of want to get your opinion on, and that is it's more recent actually, because this actually is something that came out last year sometime, and it's Apple's AI that it's not called artificial intelligence, it's called Apple
Mm-hmm.
Intelligence. So here's my iPhone. Obviously, the
Wait, you're telling me it's called Apple AI, and AI stands for Apple Intelligence, so
that
it's
is
actually just called Apple Intelligence.
yeah, AAI, Apple
Oh my god.
Intelligence. That's
Double
actually what it's called.
AI, double Apple, that's crazy.
If
Alright, continue.
it's like so. Here's the phone here. I wish I could do this on my Mac, but of course, there's my iPhone here. I'm gonna ask I'm gonna ask the same question through this and see if they give me a similar response. Because the thing about AI is like Apple's AI somewhat uses Siri. It's like still Siri like. The only problem is I haven't really used it much. I'm very curious what response it'll give me. Hey
Well, here we
Siri,
go.
feeling stressed. What are some mechanisms I can use to cope with
Hey,
myself?
that's not the right prompt. You need to start over. The prompt is I'm feeling stressed and need relaxation tips.
I am stressed out and need relaxation tips.
I am feeling stressed, sir. You gotta keep the same prompt, or else it won't work, bro.
And
Apparently,
and unfortunately, it gave me a very. Alright, I'm gonna have to try this again. I am feeling stressed. I need some relaxation tips.
yeah, that was a little closer.
And this is what response it gave me. Well, obviously, it's actually. One thing that I realized something is I just used it. Is unlike other AI models that we use, Apple Intelligence is not really like a chatbot. It's more like Siri. So it's like they replaced Siri with a Apple Intelligence by being your assistant. So Siri was already like an assistant to you, but
Mhm.
it's more advanced. Now it's like you can tell Siri to do this, do more of that, doing a little more tasks than what the old Siri would do. But it's not going to give you like a response like these tips. Instead, it's going to actually, if you need help, go call emergency services or call a friend.
That's crazy.
So I think that's something it still lacks. But remember, Apple AI was not meant to be a chatbot. That's the only difference. It was only meant to be like your own personal phone assistant, just like Siri. It's like if you're asking like Siri to call your family, well, it's gonna no, not you, Siri. Um, uh,
Well,
yeah,
I mean, some chatbots are designed to be like that, where the AI bots are like that. But we're specifically talking about like clones to ChatGPT. That's what we should have said from the beginning. Um, but overall, each one had their own different styles. And it was really nice to look at. So, have
yeah,
you ever feeling out which one to use primarily? Hey, you want to pay a subscription for your usage of the Microsoft Office tools? You get Copilot for free. If you're not feeling like you want to pay anything at all, don't want to waste any money, DeepSeek's your answer.
yeah. I mean, there's all these options. I think it's just a matter of personal preference. Compare the models, see which one gives you the most response that ideally fits into your cater areas. And I think this is probably like the first time in our channel that we kind of like somewhat relaxed talk about the bad part about AI and more so how resourceful it can be, because like the little things as mental therapy, it's like, I mean, you even said in the first episode like there's AI for therapy. This is kind of like
Yes.
close to that.
Yes.
And
Yes. It
again,
is.
it is not like a medical expert. It is using outside information that's already out in articles and just condensing it down, which is still helpful, right? Because then there'd be times where like it's like saying like if you went through like a health problem and you only think that going to the doctors will help. Well, if you ask AI first, maybe it can give you something that you can try it out, and if it worked, great, cool. And it might sound crazy, but there will be times where I did use AI to ask like, all right, I'm feeling weird, I'm feeling like this, like what should I do? Though it's not a medical expert, and even said I am not a medical expert, but this is what I found on resources. I tried it out. Most of the time, it worked, right? But remember, AI is not like a certified, licensed, expert. Which for whatever answer you have, it's not a medical expert. It's not an automotive expert. It's not like an official expert. It's just there to use. It's just providing you what information they already know based on what the internet has. Just saying.
And just a little information for all you people out there. You guys can actually make your own chatbot. Just search up LLMs, which is language learning models. Take a course in that, and hey, maybe your chatbot could be the next ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Gemini, or CoPilot.
Yep.
Maybe we'll be using it in the future for our
Yeah.
podcast. So
Maybe.
your AI made our podcast instead.
Yeah.
Who
Maybe.
knows?
Yeah. Anything is possible. There is a possibility of that happening. Just saying. So.
Feel free to type out your responses in the comments about which one again, right? And feel free to comment on what bad experience you had with the chatbots. I'd love to see those answers. Alrighty. Well, I believe that's it for this episode today. It was interesting talking about the different chatbots out there.
Yeah.
And like I said, hopefully we get to see yours if you ever plan on making your own.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. And
Alrighty.
in the meantime, make sure if you love our content, make sure you hit the like button here, of course, and continue. It would be much appreciated if you support us. Supporting us, you can support us through subscriptions. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification button. There's always going to be weekly uploads, like always. Our videos come out every week. Um, and of course, our short form videos. If you're not watching If you already watched, if you came over from our shorts video, this is just letting you know that our short forms are more condensed. It can help break down some information. This is just a full raw podcast episode that you're watching the full footage. But yeah, again, you can enjoy our full video and our short forms, and yeah, there we go. So that'll be it for today, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
See you guys next episode.